In this session, we are going to discuss a very interesting topic from reasoning, that is complex arrangements, or we can also call it as complex assignments. In these type of questions, we are supposed to assign two or more different types of parameters for the given set of people. For example, we need to decide the favorite channel and the favorite actress for the given set of people. Now this is quite similar to playing Sudoku. Have you ever played Sudoku? If yes, then solving these type of questions is going to be quite easy for you. Let's look at the question here. P, Q, R, S, T, V, W and Z are 8 friends studying in 3 different engineering colleges, that is A, B and C, in 3 disciplines, that is mechanical, electrical and electronics, with not less than 2 and not more than 3 in any college. So we can see here that there are 8 persons, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W and Z, who study in 3 different engineering colleges, A, B and C, and each one of them has got one of the disciplines, that is mechanical, electrical or electronics, with not less than 2 and not more than 3 in any college. That means in each of the colleges there should be at least 2 students and at most 3 students. So minimum of 2 students in each college and maximum can be 3. The next point is not more than 3 of them study in any of the 3 disciplines. So for each of the disciplines, the maximum number of students will be 3. Now after this, some information is given to us with the help of which we are supposed to complete the assignment. That is, we have to find out each of these persons studies in which college and in which discipline. So as I've already mentioned, this is like playing Sudoku. So let us try to make 3 columns here. That is the first column for the college, the second column for the person, and the third one for his discipline. And now we are supposed to fill all these 3 columns. Let us first list down all the 8 persons in this second column. So P, Q, R, S, T, V, W and Z are the 8 persons. So for each of these persons, we have to find out the respective colleges and the disciplines. Remember, it is always better that we take the list of persons in the second column so that it is easy for us to reach both the sides, that is their college and the discipline. Now, we know that the 3 colleges are A, B or C. So all these columns have to be occupied by A, B or C. And the 3 disciplines are mechanical, let's denote it by M, electrical E, and let's say electronics as EN. So these are the 3 disciplines. So each of these columns has to be occupied by either M or E or EN, that is electronics, for these persons respectively. Now with the help of the given statements, let us just try to fill these columns. The first statement is W studies electrical in college B. W studies electrical in college B. So W, we know he studies electrical. So this should be occupied by E and he studies in college B. If we continue this, it says W studies electrical in college B with only T who studies mechanical. Now remember, the word only plays a very important role in these kind of assignments. With the help of this word only, we can make out that there are only 2 persons, that is W and T, who study in college B. As it says, W studies in college B with only T. So there cannot be a third person in this college. So we can also understand that T studies in college B and there should not be any other student studying in college B. So immediately we can strike off B from the list of colleges, as these are the only 2 persons who can come there. And now we also know that T studies mechanical. So we can make a note of his discipline, that is going to be mechanical. Moving on to the next statement, it says P and Z do not study in college C. P and Z do not study in college C. Now if we observe here, there are only 2 possibilities for colleges now, that is either college A or college C. And since we know that P and Z do not study in college C, the only and the obvious choice for them is college A. So we can say that P studies in college A and Z also studies in college A. Then we know that P and Z do not study in college C and study in the same discipline but not electrical. That means these 2 persons, P and Z, they study in the same discipline but that is not going to be electrical. So if it is not electrical, it can either be mechanical or electronics. So far the only point which we can make out is electrical cannot come in this discipline, and similarly electrical cannot be the discipline for the person Z. It can either be mechanical or electronics. But since we are not able to find out the exact discipline, let us just move to the next statement. The next statement here is R studies mechanical in college C. R studies mechanical. So this can be taken as M, and he studies in college C. So if we continue reading this, R studies mechanical in college C with V. That means the person V also studies in college C. So we can make a note of V's college, that is C. Remember, here the word only has not been specified. That means R studies with V in college C, and at the same time there can be a third person who also studies in college C. Had the word only been given here, we can strike off college C as well. But since only is not mentioned, there is still a possibility that any of the remaining persons can come in college C. So we cannot strike off the college C. Now, we know that R studies mechanical in college C with V, who studies electrical. As we have discussed earlier, whenever we use the word who, we always refer to the immediate preceding person. So very clearly V studies electrical. So we also know the discipline of V, that is electrical. Moving on to the next point, S studies mechanical. So let us mark the discipline of S, that is mechanical, and does not study in the same college where R studies. That means S does not study in the same college where R studies. We know that R studies in college C. That means S cannot study in college C. If S cannot study in college C, the only option for S is college A, as college B is already closed. So we can say that S studies in college A. Now the last point here is Q does not study electronics. So we can say that Q does not study electronics, but exactly which discipline is not known to us. So from the given information, we are able to fill only these many colleges and these disciplines, but the remaining college, that is the college for Q and the disciplines for P, Q and Z, are yet to be filled. So let us now see how can we fill the remaining part of the table. We know that there should be not less than 2 and not more than 3 students in any college. So each college should have minimum 2 and maximum 3 students. If you see here, college A has already got 3 students, that is P, S and Z. So now, as it has already got 3 students, there is no chance for a 4th student to study in college A. So we can also close college A. And as A and B are already closed, the person Q has to go for college C. So with this, we are able to complete the arrangement of colleges. As you can see, we have satisfied the given conditions, that is there should be minimum 2 and maximum 3 for any of the colleges. So there are 3 students in college A, only 2 in college B and 3 students in college C. Now coming back to the disciplines part, we know that there should not be more than 3 in any of the 3 disciplines. That means in each discipline, either mechanical or electrical or electronics, there can be maximum 3 students. If we observe, already the mechanical discipline has been allotted for 3 students, R, S and T. And since there can be maximum 3 students in any discipline, now there is no chance for any of the remaining persons to go for mechanical. So we can close down the mechanical stream. Now we know that P does not study electrical. If P does not study electrical, the only option for him is electronics, since mechanical is already closed. So we can say that P studies electronics. We also know that Q does not study electronics. So the only choice for Q left out is electrical, as mechanical is already closed. So we can say that Q has to go for electrical discipline. And we also know that Z does not study electrical. So the only option for Z is electronics, as mechanical again is already closed. So we can say that Z studies electronics. So with this, we are able to finish the complete assignment part. That is, we have found out the college of each of these students and the discipline for each of these students. Let us now take the various questions that have been asked with the assignment that we have just completed. The first question here is, which of the following combinations of college student specialization is correct? So out of the given options, we need to find out the correct combination as per the assignment. The first option is C, R, electronics. That means student R studies in college C and his discipline is electronics. If you observe, R studies in college C but his discipline is mechanical. So we can say that option 1 is wrong. The second option here is A, Z, electrical. That means student Z studies in college A and his discipline is electrical. But as we can see here, the discipline is electronics. So even second option is wrong. The third option is B, W, electrical. Student W in college B and he studies electrical, which is the correct one as per the given assignment. So we can say that option 3 is the correct answer. The second question is, in which college do 2 students study in electrical discipline? So we need to find out that college where 2 students study electrical discipline. If we observe, the students studying in electrical discipline are Q in college C, V in college C and W in college B. And the 2 students who study in the same college are Q and V. That is, they study in college C and the discipline is electrical. So we can say that the college in which 2 students study electrical discipline are C. The third question is, in which discipline does Q study? So from the assignment we know that Q studies electrical. So the answer for question 3 is electrical. The fourth one here is, in which of the colleges at least one student studies in mechanical discipline? So we need to find out those colleges where at least one student studies mechanical discipline. Now from the assignment we have got 3 students studying mechanical, that is R, S and T. R studies in C, S studies in A and T studies in B. So we can observe that in each of the colleges there is a student who studies mechanical. So we can say that the answer for option 4 should be all the 3 colleges A, B and C, since we have one student at least in these colleges studying mechanical. And the last question is, in which college does S study? From the assignment we know that S studies in college A. So we can say that the answer for question number 5 is college A. So friends, as you can see here, answering these questions take no time. We only need to do the proper assignment from the given information.